I'm still recovering from the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, but I'm here to tell you that the Switch 2 officially costs $450, which is a lot of coin. That's a lot of cash. The $500 bundle includes Mario Kart World, and that's what you should be getting. That means the game is only $50, and there's no chance that game is retail for $50. Most likely that game is retail for $70. But Nintendo Switch 2 officially launches on June 5th. That's in 2 months for $450, which is a lot of coin, but Mario Kart World Bundle for $500. That's the same colored console. You're not getting a new console, a different console. You're getting the same Switch. They're not doing a limited edition bundle, but this system is absolutely incredible. I think what they've done with the screen and the tech is everything we could have asked for. It's got 4K when it's docked. It's got HDR in handheld and docked. It's got 120 frames per second docked and handheld. 120 frames per second, 1080p HDR in handheld mode is crazy and is delivering the screen that we all secretly hoped this thing would have. They brought the heat. When it came to third parties, Nintendo delivered with Final Fantasy, Cyberpunk, and many more. They even brought in the indies with games like Deltarune, Hades 2, Enter the Gungeon 2, and yes, Hollow Knight Silksong confirmed for 2025. The stars of the show, in my opinion, though, was Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. I can't even explain to you the feeling I had when I saw the monkey hammering, pickaxing underground. I was like, oh, that is DK. That is my boy. This could be Mario. This could be DK, but I knew the eyeballs on the crystal were DK, and I was freaking in. The best part of all, though, is DK launches on July 17th. That's 1 month after the system comes out, and instead of that being the big holiday title, that opens the door for something big at the holidays. They showed off 4 major first-party games: Mario Kart World, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, which sounds scary but looks really nice, Kirby Air Riders, and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Also, the wheelchair basketball game, which in concept seems cool. In what I saw, I'm not so sure. Is that a full-price game? Is that an eShop exclusive? Is that a freebie? Probably not a freebie. The other big takeaway about today is that this is going to cost you a ton of money. And because they're adding Nintendo Switch 2 editions for your already existing games, you're going to have to buy upgrades. They're even charging you for the System Tour app, which I find a little bit scary. Nintendo is clearly coming for your wallet, and I think justifiably so based on what we saw today. I really do think the Switch 2 has exceeded expectations for what we thought this system could be in terms of what games it's getting from first-party and third-party studios, delivering all the heavy hitters. And let's not forget about GameCube NSO on day one, bringing you Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX right from the start, with the promise of Sunshine, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Pokemon Colosseum, and I'm sure eventually Smash Bros. Melee down the road. And let's also not forget that From Software is releasing what I'm going to call Bloodborne 2 exclusively on Nintendo Switch. Bloodborne freaking 2 on Switch. It's called the Dusk Bloods. It kind of looked like a hybrid of Castlevania and Bloodborne, but it's exclusive for Switch 2. Crazy. Do you remember a little game called Elden Ring? Oh, that's also on Switch 2. But From Software's follow-up, their spin-off is Night Rain, right? The 3-player co-op game. But From Software's next title, their next mainline title, is the Dusk Bloods, and it's exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. That is insane, and that shows the power Nintendo has. And now we know, confirm, all the biggest IP and all the biggest games are going to be on Switch 2. Yeah, they try to get goofy and be like, it's Hogwarts Legacy on Switch 2. It's Tamagotchi on Nintendo Switch 2. But then they really did back up their promise, or at least back up what we wanted their promise to be of this system is a modern day system. You're getting Final Fantasy VII Remake, you're getting Cyberpunk 2077, you're getting Borderlands 4 when it launches later this year, you're getting the new games, you're getting many of the top tier games from recent years, and you're getting Nintendo's lineup, and oh, they're still doing exclusive titles. Nintendo gave the bag to From Software to secure the next From Software Souls game, the Dusk Bloods. I still can't get over that. I think it's crazy. But nothing topped DK Bonanza for me. As a lifelong Donkey Kong fan, as someone who treasures this mug mightily, and who's been waiting for DK, he literally was absent from the entire Nintendo Switch. The Switch is super awesome. It's got a phenomenal library, and somehow it passed over DK except for 2 ports. I don't care anymore. DK is back. He's more expressive than ever. He looks crazy. He's taken his talents underground, and it looks like Mario Odyssey but done DK. It seems like you're still collecting bananas, crystal bananas, you got some sidekicks, you got big baddies, you got a huge world, and he can scale walls, and he can run like a crazy monkey across huge swaths of land. or dirt. And he can also dig, like it's Minecraft. It's Nintendo moving forward with evolutionizing. That's not a word. I'm sorry. I'm very excited and tired. They're evolving their gameplay formulas, and they're building on their gameplay ideas and design docs. You can now dig into the world. It's something they've experimented with other games, but I think it factors in heavily here. And think about how much is going on when you have to have the world up here and to be able to dig into it. I think it's pretty freaking sweet. Sakurai is back for year one with Kirby Air Riders. Freaking crazy. 2 racing games in 1 year is kind of wonky to me, and I'm surprised Kirby just isn't in Mario Kart World. But given the success of Mario Kart, why not try twice to get your money with a multiplayer racer? Let's not forget the Discord basically chat feature and the camera, which I think is the goofiest part. C is for chat, which is totally fine by me. I think they made that nice. I think there really isn't a huge gimmick. The mouse controls is the gimmicky thing that it gets, and that actually could end up being really nice. We got mouse controls confirmed for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. No release date, which is a bit bizarre. I do wonder if that is their big holiday title alongside Pokemon Legends ZA, but neither of those are Switch 2 exclusive, so maybe there is another game still to come. Mario Kart World, let's get back to that. There's grinding, there's wall riding, the courses connect. I think that's huge. I think the fact that the courses connect is so big. Like, this is truly taking Mario Kart and making it open world. There's a free roam mode. You can just drive around and explore. There's probably going to be tons of coins to collect and unlockables. We saw tons of costumes and even like a weird transformation upgrade power-up. They also zoomed in on the fuel can or the grocery bag or whatever that might be. And I'm wondering if that is either A, different power-up, or B, it's a way to indicate a collectible hidden around the world. The thing that we thought was the fuel can underneath the Yoshi Burger stand might actually be a collectible that you can find in the open roam mode. Also, you can drive off track. Don't think that's a good idea if you want to win, but you can do it just to explore with your friends, which is fun. Like, this co-op just like ride around mode for Mario Kart is something Nintendo never would have done last gen. I think that does show that between the Discord, voice chat, video chat features, the screen sharing, and then Mario Kart kind of really branching into this online game with a battle royale mode of sorts called Knockout Tour, where you have to place in a certain rank to continue on in the races as the courses connect, which is killer because Mount Wario is the best course in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Don't ask any questions. They're really showing that they are stepping forward. They brought Cyberpunk. They brought Final Fantasy. They're bringing the EA games, the 2K games. They're bringing you a From Software exclusive, which shows they've got their pulse, their finger on the pulse. They know what the pulse is. They know people are gaga over Elden Ring, so they're bringing that, and then they're bringing a new one. They've got the indies, they've got the first parties, they've got the third parties, and even though $450 sounds like a lot, and you're basically locked in for $500 with Mario Kart Worlds, I did think that they were going to try to be ballsy with the price. For months now, I've been saying you're lucky if it's $400. Everyone was so sure at $399.99, but $450 is where it's at. The $500 bundle with Mario Kart, I think, is nice. If Mario Kart Worlds is $70, voila, the system costs you $430, which is my predicted price. So, June 5th, $450 or $500. Pre-orders do not seem to be up yet. We'll have to wait and see. I'll definitely give you guys coverage and info on that as soon as it drops. I'm surprised that Microsoft didn't have a presence today. I guess that's the only thing that's like maybe a negative, but they definitely will be coming. Whether it's Sea of Thieves, Halo, Doom the Dark Ages, there's still plenty to announce. This was just what was in the Nintendo Direct, just who paid to be partners, just who Nintendo wanted to work with. I think that I thought it was a good show, and DK pushed it over the edge to being one of the all-time greats. And if you think about it, yes, we had rumors and leaks, but they really delivered on all the promises that we hoped for. And that's unlike Nintendo in just about every way. How many times do you get excited for something from Nintendo and then they let you down? But they delivered an HDR screen up to 120 frames per second with a crazy refresh rate, 256 gigs of storage, 1080p portable, 4K docked. They threw the fan in there because they're weird. I mean, they need a fan, but highlighting the fan is weird. They've got double USB ports. They've got a mic. They've got a headphone jack on the Pro Controller. I think they crushed it. I think they crushed what they were supposed to crush. And frankly, that's just not like Nintendo. Nintendo usually gives us an about face. They go quirky. Like when they showed us that basketball drag race mouse game, that's kind of what you would think Nintendo would do for the whole presentation. But that was just a small part. They're still innovating. They're still being creative. They're still being themselves, which I love and respect. Because if Nintendo stops being themselves, they're no longer Nintendo. But they gave us what we asked for, what we wanted and what we've been building towards for 8 years. They gave us a high-powered Switch that has incredibly improved performance and power inside the system, incredibly improved controls with bigger joysticks, magnetic connection, no drift, bigger screen, HDR, 120 frames per second, and 1080p portable with 4K docked. Donkey Kong Bonanza, we've been waiting 8 years for DK for this, thank you. Mario Kart World looks like a true evolution in a way that I really was kind of starting to doubt they'd be able to do for Mario Kart. Sakurai is bringing a game year one. Zelda is getting a game this winter. And there's so much more to talk about and announce. And the third-party games are huge. I love this Direct. I love Switch 2. June 5th cannot come soon enough. That's 2 months away. It's closer than you think. We're going to be playing Mario Kart World together. We're going to be playing Donkey Kong Bonanza on July 17th. That is honestly the biggest surprise. The two biggest surprises for me, and then I'll wrap this up. Bloodborne 2 and DK in July. Freaking bananas. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your favorite part of the Switch 2 Direct in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you're excited. Until next time, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay positive there. I'm about to collapse from tiredness, but the enthusiasm and the passion is just burning through my veins, and I'm so proud to be a Nintendo fan today. Love y'all lots. SwitchForce out.